What's going on, you guys? My name is Andrew. A lot of you have been asking the important question of, hey, the hearing didn't seem like it carried a lot of punch. It seems like a lot of questions got timed out and that Vlad wasn't ready to answer a lot of the questions. Well, what if a perfect hearing happened? Well, we have a list of very hard-hitting questions that Maxine Waters and the other representatives like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and everyone else could have asked. And that's what we're going to go and cover right here in this video. If you do like it, go ahead and smash that like button and let's get started. On February 18th, Congress will be interviewing Robinhood, Melvin, Citadel, and DFV. Here are the questions that this Redditor would love to be asked with its answers aired out in public under oath. Dear Vlad, who is the CEO of Robinhood, have they ever had such a dramatic margin increase request from DTCC before? How much time have previous requests been given to accommodate versus this one? Who suggested the solution of restricting buying? Was it Robinhood or suggested by DTCC as a concession in return for a reduced margin requirement? What other solutions were explored and why were they not pursued? That is the crux of the question that they should have been asking. Who was the person who decided to restrict buying? If it was you, we have all the right mind to be angry at you. But if it was them, then why not send the hate their way unless you are, under some sort of NDA to not talk about this agreement. Number 4, to his knowledge, are there any historical, professional, or other relationships between the decision makers in the DTCC to the funds that were shorting GME? Almost turned to Smeagol. Number 5, what is preventing this from happening again? Should GME's price rise again to $500 a share or more? Now, Vlad tried to answer this last time. He says that we have a good amount of funds raised now to try and buffer this so it doesn't happen next time. I don't think that if we had an infinite squeeze, for example, that he would be able to cover this again. Be really careful that Vlad almost didn't answer a single question. I'm about to create a compilation of how often he refused to answer a question, but for now, just understand that these questions would have been a lot better. But here is a question for Kenny Griffin. Kenneth Griffin, Kenny G, he is a Citadel CEO. Could you explain the reasons for your bailout of Melvin Capital? Can you just tell us? What is your relationship with Melvin? And we'll get to you, Melvin, in a second. Number 2, how many members of the DTCC are former Citadel employees? It's kind of like putting your crooks onto the board of the place that now gets to bail out the people. It's a bit of a relationship that doesn't make any sense. Number 3, did you or anyone in Citadel communicate with DTCC prior to their margin charge changes in Robinhood? If so, what were the nature of these communications? Number 4, what positions did Citadel take against GME prior to the buying halt of the 28th? Would have been great to hear that. Number 5, did Citadel share any of its order flow data with the hedge funds shorting GME? Number 6, did Citadel have any communications with Robinhood senior management in the weeks leading up to the 28th? Honestly, if these questions were on the main chopping board for the representatives in question, honestly, they could have just sourced the questions they wanted to ask from Reddit, especially some of the ones that were just a little bit more bombastic. A voice of the people, they really should have considered these questions. But finally, we have Mr. Melvin himself, Mr. Plumpkin. Please explain how shorts are able to are short greater than the outstanding float of an equity. And then they would have to point to one of my videos, and then that would seem very sus that you can have one piece of dog food that belongs to multiple dogs. Short interest increased by 20 million shares in July 2019. Did Melvin increase their short position in that time frame? If so, please explain how you were able to borrow shares when 40% of GME's float was bought back. This is highly suspicious. Number 3, please explain the method by which hedge funds do not pay taxes when they have a short on a company that has gone bankrupt. This honestly would have gotten a huge amount of press. This generally would have essentially blown up the case. It's like common knowledge, which they try to do a couple of times, which is like, what happens when people buy stocks and then they can't sell, or they can only sell, they can't buy. Simple economic stuff, but this would have really illuminated the incentives behind trying to short GameStop until it went bankrupt. Number 4, are any members of the DTCC former members of the Melvin Capital? Hey, if not, please share what communications between the DTCC and Melvin Capital the weeks leading up to the 28th. What are those emails? We need to understand what is on paper. Number 5, did you have any agreements written or otherwise with other major shorts of GME? In other words, Maybelline Capital. Number 6, there were 6,000 short-term puts purchased within 30 minutes prior to Citron's tweet announcing their pending agreement pending argument against GME. Did Melvin Capital purchase any puts on that day in that time frame? Timing is everything, especially in this scenario. Number 7, what are the arrangement between Citron and Melvin Capital? Number 8, have you ever paid for media placements against GME? Number 9, please explain why you could state that you have closed your short positions when your recent filings say otherwise. This was one of the most important questions, is that like he kept saying I closed my short positions, blah, 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 blah. Have you? Why can you say that if your recent filings do not agree? Number 10, did Melvin open short positions on XRT when they closed their short GME positions? This is one of my biggest videos right now. It's really important to understand how shorts can be hidden in ETFs. Number 11, please explain your process to locate borrows for shorts. With whom in DTCC do you cooperate with? Who are you talking to? And number 12, finally, but not least importantly, has Melvin Capital ever been forced to buy to close short positions as a result of regulation SHO fails to deliver? Fails to deliver is a big topic right now. If you guys had any questions, I'm going to put that into a clip as well, and for you guys to check it out. If you guys want to ask me a question live, I try to do live streams every morning and answer you guys one by one. And if you guys like this channel, I would appreciate a like for the YouTube algorithm to be defeated, as well as hitting that subscribe button and making sure that you jump off with Robinhood, because it is a sinking ship. Go ahead and get into WeBull with one of my links, as well as getting your naughty $250 in BlockFi. Free Bitcoin, baby. For now, but not for forever. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.